Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the movie Hangout. Disney is having a terrible track record with these live action remakes of their cartoon classics. Let's go through them. A great article here on Screen Rant. The Lion King is Disney's sixth rotten live action remake out of 10 movies. Six failures out of 10, not good. That means they have a 40% rate of success. I mean, I would expect that out of maybe a smaller movie studio, but definitely not Disney. I mean, Disney is like the gold standard of family entertainment. Even though they're doing away with like the family aspect and just going straight up entertainment, I think that maybe they're missing their secret ingredient. Let's go through this. Disney is having trouble cracking the magic formula that makes a live action remake. Maybe they shouldn't make a live action remake. Successful because The Lion King is the latest release to receive a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes. The score of 59% arrives just 1 week before the film is released nationwide on July 19th, with 123 reviews counted. It may fluctuate after its release, but for now, this is not a good sign. It really has not fluctuated much at all. It is still pretty bad. The Lion King is the sixth live action remake out of the 10 live action remakes made since 2010 to score a negative Rotten Tomatoes score. Those other five films, in chronological order, are Alice in Wonderland at 51%, Maleficent at 54%. I have to say that Maleficent, I did enjoy that movie. I thought Angelina Jolie did a really nice job, although the messaging in that movie is very like, the man is bad, the kind of like the Maleficent is almost like a mother figure. So it's very much like the feminine love is better than the male love because the male love has like a hidden agenda. It's really weird how these movies all have like some strange leftist messaging, and I hate constantly having to bring this up, but when you really study movies and you've watched thousands of movies your whole life, you'll notice a pattern in different eras. There was a pattern in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, and now. And right now, I mean, the last 10 years, we've been seeing a pattern of just kind of like a leftist ideology in movies, and that's because most people on the left work in the movie business, even though they're making movies for just everybody else. They still can't help themselves. That's how they see just how they see the world. Alice Through the Looking Glass at 29, I'd have to agree with that one. That movie was pretty freaking bad. I mean, even the CGI looked kind of really dated, even though it shouldn't have. Dumbo with 46, I was really disappointed with that because I loved the story of Dumbo, and I thought the trailers looked phenomenal. I thought it looked like a really, really cute adaptation to the character, and I liked Tim Burton a lot. He's very hit or miss. And last but not least, Aladdin, which earned a 57%. Will Smith just can't do the genie better than Robin Williams. And let's face it, what do we remember from Aladdin? I mean, yeah, we remember, A Whole New World and some of those classic songs, but really it's the genie. I mean, the genie made the movie. If the genie wouldn't have been in Aladdin, it would have been, you know, an okay cartoon, but Robin Williams was the magic in that. The four live action remakes that have received overall positive scores are The Jungle Book, 95%. Yep. Beauty and the Beast, even though Beauty and the Beast had some controversy with that as well, if you remember. And Cinderella at 84%. I personally did not see Cinderella because I just don't have time. But it looked like they at least casted a woman who looked like the cartoon character of Cinderella. And Christopher Robin, which I thoroughly enjoyed that, even though I think they could have done a little bit more with um, the hundred acre, what is it, the 100 acre woods, 100 acre forest. I think they could have done a little more with that and spent a little less time in London in that storyline, but I still enjoyed it. I thought they did a fantastic job with the animation of Tigger and Pooh and Eeyore and Piglet and also Al, and so I agree with that. I'd probably give it like maybe an 80%. All live action Disney remakes in development. Now this is where I don't have a whole lot of hope for the future of this. A poor Rotten Tomato score is by no means definitive. No, I mean, it kind of is if you think about it, because Rotten Tomatoes is heavily influenced by Disney. Rotten Tomatoes, most of you don't know this, is actually owned by Warner Brothers. They were bought out by Warner Brothers, and you can even trace this back through Wikipedia. It's not really a hidden secret. It just nobody talks about it. So Rotten Tomatoes is influenced by a major movie studio because they're owned by them. It's really just a way to commercialize and market their movie, and Disney has a lot of pull with that as well. Let's see. Let's go down here. Okay, looking ahead, the next few years of Disney live action films, there will be a high bar to clear with Rotten Tomato scores if there's going to be any faith restored in the live action plan. Up next is Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Could be decent. I like the original a lot. Angelina Jolie, I think, really embodies that character. We will see. The sequel to Maleficent and Lady and the Tramp will close out Disney's live action slate in 2019. I really like the cartoon of Lady and the Ramp, Lady and the Tramp, but I don't know. We'll see how that translates in live action. And I'm guessing it's not going to be the live action. It's going to be just CGI. They should just say CGI because they're not going to have dogs, real dogs trained to talk like in Babe or something, or Milo and Otis. So then Mulan, which arrives in March 2020, that might be good. The trailer looks decent. China's already whining that Mulan is not historically accurate. I don't think they really understand how movies work. Followed by Cruella in December 2020. I probably won't see that, but that could be interesting. And The Little Mermaid in 2021. Little Mermaid sparked a lot of controversy because it's, I believe, I think it's like a Norwegian story. It's like Norwegian folklore. It's a European story is what it is, and they changed the iconic character, a European woman with blue eyes and red hair, to an African actress. And so a lot of people are just like, why would you do that? That's iconic. It'd be like, I guess it would be kind of like making the genie in Aladdin not blue, and he was like, he's played by, it'd be like just having Will Smith as like a regular guy, and he's not really like the genie in any way, and he's not blue. He can't do a lot of the things from the original that people just know of the character, So I don't know if they're going to dye her hair red. I don't know, but a lot of people just are like, why are you doing this? And again, it's promoting diversity. Which ironically is not very diverse because they're just recasting, whether it's James Bond, even pretty much all the cast of The Lion King, and a lot of other movies. They're just going more to African actors, and it's not really diverse. It's just in one direction. So, being united by a common bond as mostly female-led slate of films with a complex, intelligent protagonist at their respective centers could help get those Rotten Tomatoes scores where they need to be. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think a lot of people are just kind of like worn out, to be honest. There's no reason to see any of these. I mean, it just isn't. There's nothing new. It's just CGI. It's basically a CGI cartoon. That's what these are. This isn't a real elephant. This isn't a real lion. I mean, the realest thing here is Johnny Depp. But they even animated like his eyes and stuff to go in different directions. So, I mean, just save your money and watch the originals. That's what I would say. Anyways, thanks for listening. And if you want to get more rants, reviews, original content, click subscribe. Later.